Welcome back, everybody, episode 2. It's 11 o'clock at night, Wednesday night. I'm going to do some filming tonight because I've got to have a tooth pulled in the morning, wisdom tooth, and I don't doubt I'll feel like talking tomorrow very much. So just going to go over a few things. Emmy's not here. Hopefully she'll get over here. She had some cheerleading or something tonight, and it's late. And hopefully she'll be able to come over here and help me do some editing and nurse her old dad tomorrow. Wearing my 25th anniversary elk shirt from Fish and Wildlife. Thought I'd do that and get in the mood. Down 1.5 pounds today. Probably be some more the next couple of days because I probably won't be able to eat very much after having that tooth pulled. So that'll help a little bit. Got 12,000 steps in today. Showed a couple houses, worked on a couple listings. You know, just regular day. I did get my new pack-in. Don't ask me how to pronounce this name. I can never, ever get it right. There you go. No, I'm not even gonna try it. Y'all try it. It's the Gun Runner edition. It's got the rifle scabbard. It's pretty much a lightweight day pack. It's really good quality. I'm not trying to promote them or anything like that, but it's really good, you know, canvas material, heavy duty webbing. Actually the shoulder straps and everything can come off if you just want to use it as a regular rifle scabbard. And it's going to have enough in there for me to pack in and have my skinning gear and my rifle and some food and some water, stuff like that I'll need for a day trip in the mountains, because I don't plan on spending the night in there at all. Hopefully not. But I'm going to start doing some training with this. Going to start doing some running, getting on the stair machine at the gym, putting some weights in it, getting used to packing it around. And I think I told y'all last episode I was probably going to talk a little bit about the elk hunt that I did last time. Look at my pictures here and see what I got to show you. So it was 2011, got drawn for a cow tag, rifle tag, and it was the second week, I believe, of that rifle season for a cow, and it ran through Christmas. So I think I got out there on like the 21st or something like that. We hadn't done any scouting. We just went out there and picked a WMA to go scout. A couple pictures here. We said, actually, you know, I told Mike, I was like, I want the full, you know, elk camp experience. And so we took his canvas tent and wood stove and found a campground out there and set up for a couple days. There's a couple pictures of, I don't remember what WMA we were on. That guy with his back to us, that's Danny Day. He's from Louisville. I met him and Mike together back in, I think it was 2003. I actually checked them deer hunting, and we ended up, Mike and I became neighbors. I actually bought a farm down the road from him about a year later. Been really good friends ever since. And Danny's a super guy. He went with us, and he only got to stay a day out there on that trip. But we walked this first WMA. The first day of daylight, we got out there and we probably put 5 or 6 miles on that day walking, logging roads and trails and glassing, and never saw the first sign, never cut the first sign of an elk, you know, not a print, droppings, nothing. Found another WMA on a map that night and talked to Billy Collette. He was actually the officer out there at that time, and he said, go check this area. And we went out there after dark and saw some really fresh sign. So went out there the next morning, got up into this open field on top of this ridge and sat there for about 20 minutes till the sun came up, and Mike hit a cow call, and just out of nowhere, it was about 13 or 14 elk just came running out of the woods right out to the open. And we were standing in the open. and I had my bow with me just in case. I thought if I get one that's close enough, I'll take a shot at it with the bow. But they all came out too quick. We weren't expecting it, and they were all 14 of them just standing there looking at us, about 75, 80 to 100 yards away, depending on which one you looked at in the herd. I just picked out the biggest cow and put a good shot on her right behind the shoulder. And then they all just took off running in circles. And I knew I'd hit mine, but I didn't know if it was going to be good enough to put it down. Well, they all ran around in circles, and I thought, I can't shoot again because I don't know which one I shot. So eventually they all took off in the same direction and ran over the hillside, and we gave the herd about, hour and a half, I think, and let them get out of the way. And we finally went over there and we found just a little bit of blood and walked about another 50 yards, and there was our cow laying there. It was pretty easy, and we actually drove right up to her, quartered her up, put it on the tailgate of the truck, and drove out. And I was glad I got it over with, because it was the 23rd of December, I think, and I thought, I really don't want to be out here Christmas Eve or Christmas Day. I don't know, kids wouldn't like that. But there's some pictures of us and Mike, and there's a picture of my cow. I just pulled the ivories out, saved it. I still haven't done anything with them. I said I was going to make some jewelry or something out of it. Haven't done it yet. I hope it's that easy again, but I doubt it. That's why I'm going to go through all this workout and fitness and doing everything the way it should be done, because I don't want to take a chance on it. And I think I told you earlier in the last video, went out there several times for work. I was very fortunate with the state to travel around a lot, go to all sorts of places all over Kentucky and see lots of different things and meet different people. So there's some pictures here. Pull them up. And I'm not going to go into too much detail because they still might be working this kind of operation, but there's a couple pictures of me, just down in some of the creeks in eastern Kentucky, and a couple different locations. Very, very pretty area. And there's me one all wrapped up with my hood on. I do remember this time we were there with U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service on a detail, and we had to hike in on this public ground, mile and a half, I think, and get on top of the ridge. And we sat there, went in every morning, came out every night, and sat there and with spotting scopes and was watching this one target area, and we sat there all day long and document, everything we happened, who, what, when, vehicles, license plates, descriptions of people, how long they were there, what they were doing, that kind of thing. So it was kind of like the hills have eyes out there. It was pretty neat, but I don't want to give any details of what we were doing, just in case anybody's working that kind of stuff again. And I don't have any other pictures of when I worked an elk guide out there. They all stayed with the case jacket, and for the prosecution, I didn't get to keep any of those. But we had a tip on a guy that was guiding people out there without a license, because he couldn't get a license because he was a convicted felon and he had all sorts of previous wildlife charges on his record. So there's no way he could have got one, but he was still guiding. And we went out there the weekend before one of the rifle seasons and riding around, and we met some rabbit hunters on the strip pit. We were telling them we were looking for scouting for elk, and they told us, they said, hey, you need to go talk to so-and-so. He'll show you exactly where they are. And we were like, great, you have his number, can you call him? So he called him up, and he met us up there, and we rode around with him for 2 weekends in a row. And how to put it, he had guns with him. He wasn't supposed to. He was a felon. We just drove wherever we wanted to. It didn't matter. He didn't care whose property it was. And if we never did see any elk. I don't know that he was really that concerned about putting us on an elk. I think he was just more concerned about taking our money. And if we saw one, great. But we learned a lot of things about him and associates he was running with, and they went back turkey season the next year to turkey hunt with him. He told them to come back turkey season, and he said, "Bring your rifle. You know, we'll get you that elk during turkey season if we see an elk." He didn't care. But I had to have a hernia operation that turkey season. I couldn't go, so a couple other guys went and they took him down. He had a lot of other charges that came out of it, some federal charges. I think he got 20 years in prison for everything else. When they did the search warrant at his house, he had all sorts of guns and all sorts of drugs. He was trafficking heavy in that area. But that was a pretty fun time. It was kind of an eye-opening experience to some of the things that go on up there. It's not a representation of that part of the state. That's a small percentage of the people up there. And a lot of the people I've met up there over the years are great people. So I don't want you to get the wrong impression that they're all like that. They're not. Not any kind of crazy stories. Just really lucky over the years to be able to go up there and do that kind of stuff. Like I said, we're going to do another video here in another couple of days, and I think we're going to talk more about diet and exercise and workout routine that I'm doing, and Emmy's doing a lot of it with me. Several of you reached out and talked to me about what rifles you suggest, and even got a couple good leads on taxidermists. So, excuse me, I appreciate that. Keep them coming. I hope it's a good series for you, and hope we don't let you down. And we'll see you here in a couple days. Appreciate it.